Hey, what's going on, everyone? Swift bringing you a brand new video. We are back. Welcome. Hope everyone is doing well today. Getting ready to start this week with the series here for Slayer. Just a quick recap of skills, any updates from me. Was able to get cooking to level 80 just a little while ago. You can see that there. Total level 1600. We're just trying to get levels as we go here. Level 90 farm. And getting to 80 Slayer, which is going to be the goal for today. We'll be training some defense, trying to get this to 88. And then we're going to be going for strength to probably 90 and go from there. So the task that I'm on is Hellhounds. We're going to go and fight some of those now. Don't have to really go too far. And I was here earlier because I was on a task earlier for the same thing. So we're just going to chill here for a little while, kind of get a warm-up task in, get everyone here, and then we will go from there. Welcome, everybody. Starting the week off with some Slayer today. We've got 2 more tasks to go till 120. Get some bonus points. And to be honest with you, after all that saving I had done for the past couple weeks, I was able to get the store task option. It was 1,000 points, but we did it. And it's actually, strategically, it's actually really good to have. Because you can basically view it as you can switch out the one that you want to kind of hold on to, and then maybe you want to do a task sooner. It can help with that. The task before this was Cal fights, and I was actually able to get a ranged level, so we got up to 62 now. So as the week goes along, I will try to get ranged up to par where I can. All right. Yeah, so for the hellhounds right now, because I was looking at this earlier, I can take out 19 or so every 5 minutes. And I think if we just get strength another level, that'll probably go to 20. Because we're actually fairly close, because it's like 19.5. Part of it is just the way that they spawn here. There's a bit of distance away from this third one, usually. So what I'm doing is I'm taking out the middle one, and then taking out this bottom one. And you see it reduces like the run distance. So instead of it being like 18 per 5 minutes, it's 19. I mean, it's an extra kill. So it's 12 extra kills an hour just from run distance. So I figure in turn, if you can get another strength level, you're going to be dealing more, like higher hits more often. So now that I've got, oh, and that's another thing too. I got my attack to 89, which is kind of a big deal for me because it just seems like we are hitting a lot more. And that's going to help you with your training as well, especially because with Piety giving you attack plus and also the Slayer helmet, right? The more you can upgrade these stats, the better. Get a warm-up task here, and then we are going to be just one away from the extra bonus for the 120. And then I'm saving up my points for, I mean, probably the Slayer rings, like the you know, to be able to craft them for 300. It's either that or if I get a gargoyle task, then it's going to be the gargoyle smasher. And extending that task because that's a good task. Yeah. Oddly enough, I've been 75 Slayer plus for over a week now probably, and I haven't got a gargoyle task yet. I know everyone's experience is going to be different. So yeah, we'll take care of these, and then we're going to get on the next task. We'll see how far I make it with XP for the stream for Slayer. At a minimum, I would hope to get under 100,000. I mean, that's just based on how much XP you get from taking these out. I could show the XP counter for a little bit. Offhand, I don't remember how much. I think it's 116 you get. So 116 per kill. And we, oddly enough, we've got 116 left. So you just do that math. That's over 10,000, right? So yeah, we should be under 100,000 by the time this task is done. I'm just thinking offhand. And then, depending on what the next task is, if it's a slow task, if it's one you can, where it's a multi-combat and you can just bring a cannon, like, we'll figure it out, right? But just wanted to start with a bit of a chill task, kind of get back into the routine here for the week, because we're just starting off the streams here for the week. Took a break for the weekend, and we are just going to try to continue forward here. Short-term goal, I'd like to get 80 Slayer. I'd like to get 88 defense. And if I can get another Cal fight task, maybe we'll get to 63 ranged, which would be cool. Because sooner than later, I do want to start fighting bosses, and between magic, prayer, and ranged, I do want to get these levels up accordingly. I don't really want to have a particular weakness. And if I do, then I want to kind of mitigate that just by getting at least a couple more levels respectively, just to bring it more to par. We'll probably try to stream for a couple hours here today. Just want to kind of cover a few tasks at least. Again, just trying to get back with the series here and kind of go from there. I didn't really do any quests over the weekend, so I had planned on doing a few. I know I mentioned Monkey Madness. I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I thought about it for today even, and I'm like, well, I want to get on and stream, and that quest can take a little while. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll just do it afterwards. Because I still need to get 175 quest points for the recipe for disaster. We can get 88 defense. I don't know about today, but it's going to be... I mean, if we go a couple hours on the stream, there's a chance I'll be really close to getting 88. And then Slayer, like I said, it's just going to depend on what tasks I get today. If we get Cal fights again, that'll be nice. Blood Velds would be good for training. So. Oh, and I did get to 83 crafting as well. 83 crafting, because I found out that you can make these water battle staffs, and the XP is actually a lot better than what I had been training and doing, and you actually make a little bit of money. So I'm like, all right. So yeah, water battle staffs. But once I saw that I was 268k away from 84, I'm like, all right, well, we'll just kind of chill for now. I mean, I wanted to get the level because I was kind of close to it anyways. Because with all the birdhouse runs that I've been doing, I actually, over the past couple weeks, I did get some craft XP where I'm like, all right, well, I may as well get a level. So I did that. We got less than 100 of these to go. Like I said, I take out about 20 every 5 minutes. So we've got about 25 minutes left to go on the Hellhounds, and then we will get another task. And then I'll show you, if you haven't yet seen what it is about where you can store a task, I can show you how that goes, because I've just unlocked that a couple of tasks ago. What I've been doing too, whenever I get an ensouled head from the enemy, I just pick it up. I just stockpile them. Like, I haven't really fought any of the revived enemies yet. I know where you go to do it, but you can get a lot of prayer XP. That's why I pick them up. Because what I am trying to do is, I am trying to work on prayer too. We got 89 to go. Hey, hello there, Chloe. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hi, how are you? We're good. We're good. Welcome. Just training some Slayer, trying to continue on with the series and work on some combat as well. Currently training some defense here, trying to get to 88, and then I'm going to be trying to work on some strength. Appreciate that. Yep. We are on the Hellhound task right now, and I'm just 2 away from getting to the 120 streak, and that's just gonna mean some bonus points. And these they don't really drop anything, but like I said, if you had the Ash Sanctifier, you'd be able to get some XP from taking them out, like prayer. Yeah, just trying to round out the combat stats here, at least for melee. I know I still got some work on. I still got some ways to go on ranged and all that, you can see, but if I get another cow fight task, at least I'll have the cannon for that, though. And then I can try to get to 63. No guarantees, but I can try. Welcome, everybody. Just starting the week out with the series, and this is the first task of the day for the stream. I've fought these earlier, so this is like deja vu for me. Yeah. So how about for you? How about for you, Chloe? Which skills are you training if you're playing the game? I think like my first goal is gonna be for 99. I think farming is gonna be the skill. So I'm just trying to stick with it every day. I'm just wood chopping right now. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, one of my friends, well, yeah, Brandon, he actually got the 99. So that kind of motivated me because I'm like, all right, well, I want to at least get the 60. You know, when I started out, I was doing a lot of wood cutting, so that's cool. Definitely, yeah, once you can start getting to say, um, well, I think he was going with the redwood trees, if I'm not mistaken. Just gotta get my prayer back here. Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forth from, like, originally I crafted a lot of, for a long time. I was making jade jewelry. So that was fun for a time, but then I got kind of burned out. So then I just tried to focus on what else I was going to do. And Slayer just kind of stuck with me. So I'm like, all right, well, let's work on some Slayer. Huh? We've probably got about 18 or so minutes left on the task, but this is just, again, this is the first one. This is more of like the warm up task, something you can kind of expect to get from the Slayer Masters on occasion here. You can bring a cannon if you want to maybe speed it up a little bit. For me, I found that it was a little bit distracting. Yeah, I was getting kills a little faster, but you've got to reload the cannon every time. Like, you kind of got to watch it. So yeah, I mean, you can, but it's preference, right? It's just it would speed up the task a little bit, but then um, you can train another skill at once too. So there is that. But yeah, welcome everybody. But yeah, if you'd like to, feel free to like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I try to stream OSRS throughout the week and be consistent with it. Take a break on the weekends, but definitely try to be here most of the week to get, whether it be Slayer or in the future, I'm probably going to run some bossing, like taking on some bosses for stream as well. Like, what I was thinking of going with was the God Wars dungeon. Like I said, my melee combat stats are there, but I still have to work on ranged and mage. At the same time, I'm excited to just give it a try and see if I can start taking on those bosses. And each one's going to have their own strategy to beat, of course. I think of the four that I was scouting, I think the Bandos General would probably be the one that I want to fight first, because I would just do protect from range and just try to tank the melee and deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the strat, like, a lot of people do, but going into it, that would be my thinking, and then I'll see how I do. There's a couple of different spots. If you want to fight hellhounds, there's a couple different areas. The Taverley dungeon is also good. You do have to go, unless you have the agility for the shortcut, you do have to go around at Taverley to get to them. But personally, I like fighting here right by the Slayer Master at the Gnome Stronghold. Thanks for the like, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we've got, so it'll be about 15 minutes left on this task. Pretty fairly good idea of how these go. You know, I just demonstrate going through the task. Again, this is my setup here. I'll show you in case you haven't seen the gear, like the equipment set. I've got the Slayer helmet as mentioned in the. You can derive that from the theme of the video, like the description and all that. But I'm basically trying to stay on theme with that because from what I've seen, this is having the Slayer helmet has just been a total game changer for me. For example, when I was training at the on Fossil Island, training on the crabs there, the ammonite crabs, I was getting, say, about 80,000 XP per hour for whichever combat stat for melee, right? But since I've got Piety and the Slayer helmet, I'm getting 110,000. It just made such a major difference. Because, I mean, that's every hour. So if you're planning on getting 99s, at least for me, that's been my ambition. I'd like to get 99s in these skills. Well, if you get an extra 30k per hour and you fight for hours, I mean, the XP really adds up. So, yeah, definitely was good to get that. And then just, I'm wielding the Grozzy Rapier right now. One of my favorite weapons in RuneScape. And this is coming from someone where I played a lot, like back in the day. I was using the whip, I was using the dragon scimitar, right? So, I mean, I've got a lot of that experience, a lot of those hours kind of back when, and then just, an upgrade to those weapons is just, to me, it's just exceeded my expectation. And plus with the stab bonus too that I get from the Ardoon Cloak, I mean, yeah, it's comparable to, say, some of the other capes, but I haven't beat Jad yet or anything, so this is probably the closest I'm going to get for now. Thanks for the like, I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. We are wrapping up a Hellhound task here. You're just in time because we're actually getting close to being done with this task. So yeah, like I was saying, you can fight these in a couple of different areas. Me personally, I like to stick with the area closest to the Slayer Master. And this way, by doing this, I haven't really found the need to have the Slayer ring, but that, again, I wouldn't discourage it because it's obviously still going to be very useful. That's one of the things I'm saving my points up for. But if you can get tasks that are really close to a Slayer Master, may as well. And then that's just going to help you in the long term. But yeah, once we take care of these, that's, I don't know, about 10 more minutes away, and then we're going to be done with this task. And then you'll get to see, because I was able to unlock the store task from earlier. It's basically like it's kind of like you can block another task temporarily, but you can switch it for, like, you can switch tasks. So it's really an upgrade to blocking, if that was like one way of viewing it. Another way of viewing it is just trying to see if you can get back-to-back good tasks, and then you just know you're good for a while with Slayer. Like, you're good for an hour, 2 hours, or what have you. And the only really thing to note with these would be, I mean, yeah, you can get these in sold heads, which I guess when they're reanimated, you get more prayer XP when you beat them. But that's, I just save them up, you know, I'm not, it won't be like a now thing. The only thing with these is they don't drop anything of note, so there's nothing for drops. But I am looking forward to getting a gargoyle task though, because that would be, well, that'd be the first for the stream, but that would be great in the sense of I am looking forward to it, because I have yet to fight them on Old School. I have on RS3 a long time ago. I don't know, 8 years ago, something like that. I mean, I fought gargoyles. It's just not on here. Getting to 75 Slayer on here was it's much more of a challenge than in 3, because 3, you could just use a bunch of XP lamps. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 80 Slayer now. So, I don't know, you know? So it's good to be back. It's good to be back. This is one of the games that really got me into gaming, believe it or not, a long time ago. When Hunter first dropped, I mean, obviously this is a different character, a long time ahead. Fast forward to the future, but I mean, when Hunter first dropped, I was training that. You know? So, this game, it's been pretty good. I'm just looking to, I mean, with some skills, you know, I still need to train, but my focus has been Slayer. And the theme of my videos for now, I mean, that's been Slayer theme. I just want to kind of keep moving that forward. As I've gotten closer, like, to, like, getting my level, like, 80 and this and that, you know, I've seen in, like, the high scores when I've kind of checked. It seems like after level 75, less and less people tend to train past that. And I think part of it is when you see that you've got all this XP left to go, but the XP rate for Slayer is kind of slow, that can be a bit of a deterrent, right? Well, what I'm trying to do to push past that is go, okay, well, I understand that, but I also know that it's been great for my combat XP, so I may as well just keep going. Just try to take it 1 hour at a time. Because we're not going to get level 80 in an hour. You know, it's going to take time. But can we get 20,000 XP? Can we get 30,000 XP? And then you just go to the next hour. You take a break and do all that, but just try to get something in the books. Just say, okay, this was 20K, great. And you just try to have that renewed perspective on the next hour. And hopefully you get the tasks that are ones that you prefer to take on, like me. I like fighting the blood villains. So it'd be nice if I got them, but sometimes you have to add them to block or whatever. Really all it's been is just watching, keeping an eye on my prayer. Not that I'm worried that the Hellhounds will kill me, but just keeping an eye. This is good practice for when I start bossing, because it's just getting that muscle memory down of, okay, I want to make sure prayer's at this level and, you know, that. We've got about 5 minutes left, chat, on this task, just based on earlier when I was taking these out, I had it kind of mapped out. So we've got about 5 minutes left on this task. And then we are going to go ahead and get another task and try to get to the 120 mark to get the bonus points. And I'll show you then. You'll get to see the store task. If you haven't unlocked that, you'll be able to see that on mine. And initially I can see why it costs 1,000. And when I first looked at that, I'm like, okay, yeah, 1,000 points seems like a lot, but I mean, that is a lot. That's a lot of tasks, especially if you just complete regular tasks. You don't get your, 10th in a row for a little while. You know what I mean? Like you just do like 5, 6, and you haven't still got to the 10th. Yeah, I mean, that can seem like a long way away. But when you get like the milestone streaks, like, 100 and all that, that's where you start to get a lot of your points. And that's what I'm looking forward to achieving. We got just under, well, about 230,000 XP left to go for defense. That's about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours of just training, like really efficiently. Like if it goes well, it'd be about 2 hours. It's probably gonna be, a little more than that. And then the goal is just to go for strength for a while. I mean, that's my goal. I wanted to balance everything else out and then just go heavy strength, right? And then as far as the gear goes, like I'm saying, I mentioned this on another stream, but I would like to, sooner than later, not just say I'm going to do it, but I do want to get the Barrow's gloves, though. Once I get the Barrow's gloves, I mean, that's going to be a game changer as well. Because the fact that we've got Rune gloves, we're kind of doing this. I mean, I just know with getting Barrows, that's going to be even like a bigger deal. I'm not that far away on quest points either. I mean, I'm 14 away from the final battle for recipe, so I think Monkey Madness gives you 3. So if I did Monkey Madness, we'd be 11 away. I think the side quest gives you 1, so we'd be 10 away. I mean, it's within reach. We'll get there. And for fun, what I like to do, to try to keep it, so like just to keep things fun, like just to keep it interesting, or I just try to see, can I take out the 10 with the amount of time left on the potion use. So we got 2 minutes to take out 9 of these. Basically, to do that, I got to make sure I'm clicking on the closest enemy. This one's going to wander off, stare at the wall, but ideally, if they can get in striking range, then we have a chance at this. And then I just keep an eye on spawns, so I know, okay, that one's furthest up. But I'm not going to chase, because by the time I do, this one's going to spawn in the middle, so it's going to be like mid, and then this one here. And then if this one kind of hangs out around there, then whatever. we're going to have a chance at doing this, then I kind of got to be on point with that. Which I think if you stand in this specific spot, I actually think you can aggro both of them and you don't have to move. So this, you will get more kills per hour, I think, if you stand right here. So right here. You just have to get them in rotation once and stay here, and then you got it. I thought I was going to make it with the prayer that I had. We've got, this one's kind of stubborn. 2 more to go, 50 seconds. Can we do it? Come on, good RNG, good RNG, come on. No ones. Hey, we got it, okay. 33 seconds to go. We need 1 more kill. We did it. Nice. Hey, we ran out of prayer too. Alrighty. So then we are on a task for 12 black dragons. Okay. So I'll show you. Alright. I'll show you. You go to rewards, and then let's say you're saving up for task storage, and you end up getting, you get the 1,000 points, and then you unlock it. Go to tasks, and then you can see here I have an ability now. I can swap tasks, which is cool. So I can swap tasks. It's going to switch off like this task I've got in storage. That would be my assignment task. I can kind of go between them. So in this case, I'll just fight the 12 because I want to see what I get for the next. Yeah, it's been really, really helpful. We're going to just drop this stuff off real quick. Let's see. I'm just going to go to Xanaris, I think. Yeah, we're going to go to Xanaris. We'll go to the evil chicken lair to fight 12. We just got to take out 12 of them, right? And I don't think we're going to need that many potions. But I need a raw chicken. So actually, I could go Taverly. You know, I could just go Taverly because I don't have a raw chicken. I mean, I could buy one. But it's whatever. Yeah, I don't expect to be there actually too long because we have to kill what, 12 of them. That's not. Let me. I'm just thinking here, and I'm actually gonna kill. It's just gonna be the baby black dragons because I want to make this task as quick as possible. So we're gonna go to Falador. Get some water here. Alright. I kind of go the long way to get prayer sometimes. But the moment I get it restored, I just tab to the next place. So I try to mitigate any downtime. And then just for good practice, I make sure to have a tab with me in case I need to tab out, you know? There was one time where I was fighting black demons, I believe, and they got me down to like 18 health, and you can imagine with this, I mean, this is like an 85 mil set. So I wasn't paying attention, and my prayer, like prayer was out. I mean, their max hit is what, 16 or something? I mean, that was a close call. So I always bring a tab with me, because I would much rather take up one inventory spot with a tab, and if I have it, then I don't have a tab and my health gets under 10 and I'm like scrambling, you know? But yeah, you can, as an alternate try, you can take on the baby dragons, and they'll count towards your Slayer task, like your progress. You can see here it's counting. You're not gonna get any. I mean, you're just gonna get the baby dragon bones for drops. I mean, maybe. I mean, you know, you have some free inventory space. You can just pick some up real quick. They're about 1k each. It's not terrible. It's not the best, but I mean, you know, you may as well get some quick cash if you want to. You don't really need, I mean, depending on your combat, you don't really need, like, I don't need food with me. I was planning on fighting the other dragons, like the bigger dragons. For time's sake, and just showing you like another example of like an alternate enemy you can fight in like replacement. And it'll work vice versa, right? So if you've got, like, if you're taking on bosses that are also respective to like a certain type, like creature type, like you've got Vorkath, which would count as a blue dragon. So if you get a blue dragon task, you can get the benefit of the Slayer, like the Slayer benefit against that enemy too. So it may be good to just wait. Say you've already done Dragon Slayer 2 and whatever. You'll get blue dragons. And especially if you've got the store task, I mean, you can just try to roll again if you want to. I do need to get more quest points, though, to extend, like, the block list. There's a couple tasks that I'm trying to watch out for. I really don't want to fight. I don't want to fight wyverns. I don't want to fight spiritual creatures. So I do need to work on that. Alright, so we finished that task. It didn't take too long at all. It is nice getting some of the quicker tasks. For me, it was more about getting the points, the bonus points, than the XP. We only got 960 Slayer XP. That wasn't why I did that. That was because I knew that was the 10th task in the series. So we got 60 points. So that was a quick 60. And now, if I get a good task, I can choose to maybe extend that one if it's one I haven't extended yet. Alright, let's see the next task. Aberrant Spectres. Okay, so great. We can fight these Spectres right here. Awesome. Okay. So we really don't need... We just need to switch out the antifire and stuff, but that'll just take a second. Just do this real quick, and then we're gonna be ready to fight those. We're not gonna need any food, honestly. So I'll show you where the specters are. I mean, you can bring a couple sharks. Like if you're using divines like I am, because of the chip damage you're getting. Again, it's more in case I lag and I don't realize that my prayer's drained than anything else. I'm not afraid that, oh, the specters are going to get me. It's just in case some one-off happens. But anyways, we're going to go here and we are going to fight some specters. So you can go right by the Slayer Master there. You can go past these Anku, and then you can fight them here. Just south of them. Any of these spots are probably fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it, though. You just get your next task and... $181. That's a fair amount of specters, really. That's... You're looking at more about an hour at that point. But the thing with the specters is that they drop a lot of herbs. So keep that in mind too. But you can get a potential, like if you're looking for some good decent drops for this kind of a combat level monster, they do give Ranars fairly frequently. And if you have the herb sack, then you can just pick these up in between your battles here. And I believe it's like it can hold up to 30 of each individual one. Oh, there's Ranar right there. So if you find that the text is a bit difficult to like see your drops through, like in this case for mine, what you would do is you would just go to your settings and just raise your gold threshold for the what you're considering a drop to be valuable at. Like your minimum. In my case, it would be, just for sake of this task, I wouldn't pick up anything over or anything under 1,000, right? I mean, I can see a Ranar's here. It's just it's hard to see, you know. And I'm spending time looking for it. So that would be what I would suggest if you run into that. Especially you get a valuable drop like this. It's actually harder for me to see it. There's certain tasks, what I need to do is update the setting before doing this. I mean, I can go over here and just do it real quick. I'll show you. Just get out of the aggro, get out of the range. So you would go to settings, and I don't know which one it is offhand. I'm trying to think. I just need a second here. For as many times as I've seen this menu, I can't think of where that is. Anyways, if you can find it, there's a lot to unpack there, trust me. When in doubt, just let some of that stuff clear out. You'll. It's distracting though, so if you can, like, when you get those values set, just set it to something you're comfortable with. Whether it be 500 or 1,000. Like in my case, I would set it to 1,000. Because I'm not going to pick up most of those herbs to begin with. But if it's a Rana or something, then yeah, absolutely. And really, I'd say for the combat level, these specters are actually pretty solid for the drops that they give you. So if you get this task and you see that you're getting a fair amount of these drops and that's kind of working for you, then I would stick with it. They're pretty easy once you, I mean, you don't have to be like super high combat either. They're pretty easy. Once you have the protect from magic down, even if you had just chivalry or, you know, some of these other, like strength or which one, you'd still do pretty well. They're not bad to train on, but what I have seen is my XP rate is a bit slower because when you get them to like a sliver of health, I mean, it tends to be like you just miss, like I'm missing out on half my potential max hit whenever I get them like low health, like right there. So that's why enemies with just larger, more HP, you're just gonna, as long as you can hit them about the same frequency, then you're gonna get better XP rates for combat. Which, speaking of combat, we are 208k or so to 88 defense, which earlier was what, like 238 or something. So we've got some XP for it. Definitely making a little bit of progress here today. Hey, what's going on, Kaza? How you doing? Welcome. It's going all right. How about you? I was able to get some levels over the weekend. I didn't really do quests as much as I thought I was going to. I think I did one or two. But I was working on some levels, though, for some skills. I got cooking from 72 to 80. I started making the jug of wine. So I'm just trying to make the best use of my time. And I was at the GE for a while, so I'm like, all right, well, I may as well just do that. And then I got to 90 farming. So I've just been trying to get some levels where I can, and now I'm kind of just back to training some Slayer for a little while. I'm really looking forward to getting 80 and just trying to get to the next, every 5 levels I kind of go, okay, once I get to 80, 85, right? I just try to do it that way. But yeah, how about you though? How's it been going for you? I'm doing well, still on the agility grind, which has been a bit of a chore, but outside of that, I've been good. Okay, yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, I think there's only so many XP lamps I'm going to be using because for agility. Once that well has run dry, I'm going to just have to pick a course and kind of just go for it. I'm thinking Apatol eventually, but at least for like certain levels. I would consider maybe eventually doing the Wildy one, but I'm not really a Wildy player, so I'd have to get used to that. Because don't you get like a lot of stuff from doing that, or I don't know. Like I've only seen a little bit of video of that. I tend to stay away from what I'm not good at and just try to focus on what I'm good at. Agility has been one of those skills over the years where I just get it to be decent, and I don't really push the envelope. I don't really go past, say, even I think the highest I ever got it was like even in RS3 where I could put all my XP from like XP lamps and stuff into it, like 81 or something. I've never 99'd agility, like never. It's just one of those skills. Like some days I actually don't mind it. And I'm like, okay, I'll do some agility for a little while. These courses are kind of cool. Like, all right. But then I see the XP rate and it kind of dawns on me. I'm like, well, I could be fletching for 300,000 XP an hour. You know what I mean? It's just like, there's always a trade off because there's so many other cool skills too. Like it's not a bad skill. Kind of a grind though. Yeah. Yeah, loot at the Wildy course is pretty good, but it's a bit of a hot spot for PKers. Right. So yeah, I mean, I do plan at least getting a couple more levels in agility. Just I do want to get some more progress, and even some of these other skills like mining and fishing. I think I can tolerate getting them to 60. It's just a matter of time, but I really have just been going for Slayer, so that's kind of been taking up more of my time. I did get a mage level over the weekend, and I think I got 2 range levels. So I mean, I was doing something with those skills. It just, like I said, I'm still working on ranged. If I got it to 70, I think at that point I'm like, all right, at least it's decent now. I was gonna say maybe he would see the ones that are south of me, and there's more of them there. So all right, well at least the person's cool. Seems like. So they are an Iron Man, I think, right? I was wondering what that symbol was by the player's name, like over time. I was like, what is it? Like, what is that? Oh, they are right about the herbs, though. It's kind of crazy for the combat level 96. I mean, they do drop a fair amount of ranners, and sometimes you'll get, like addy plate leg stuff like that. Really not a bad drop for a level 96 enemy, though. We're about halfway done with this task. And then only 30 more towards my goal. Just trying to keep it fun though. You know, it'll be a ways away, but I figure it's something to work for during the week. If you can do like 6 tasks a day from that point, in 5 days you would get to your, you know, I'd get to, like, if I can do that, then that's by Friday, right? And it's gonna be a balance of tasks that are gonna be longer to finish, like this one where we are fighting a fair amount of these. But don't get me wrong, this is a good task for just general training. It's decent enough for Slayer. I mean, it's not the best, you know what I mean? But it's not terrible. Because you can take them out pretty quickly. They're pretty squishy. They're not really, you know, a tough enemy. What's your agility at now, Kazaa? You still there? I was thinking, like, for me, the next time I get it in, like, a good XP lamp, I was thinking between agility, thieving, and rune crafting, which skill I should use it on. Like, if it's, say I get a 10,000 XP lamp. And what I'm thinking is I should just get the agility. Because I can train thieving other ways, you know? It may not be the fastest, but agility just seems like one of those skills where XP lamps just work. I'm level 97 now, been at it for a while. Oh, gotcha. Wow. 97. Whew. That's like 10 mil, 10.8 mil, some kind of XP in that range, something. Wow, that's impressive. I give you a lot of credit for that. I'm finding that my patience for certain skills isn't quite what it used to be. I can still train it, but I used to go laps and laps and laps on agility before. But now that it's like a new character, years later, there's other skills that I'm just more excited to kind of train right now, but I will get to it at some point, though. I've just found that now that I've been leveling up cooking and smithing and stuff, I've just been taking a break from that, though, too, because I wanted to work on Slayer, right? So Slayer to 80 is like my current goal. If I can just get that to 80. That's cool, though. Yeah, hopefully you get to that 99 soon, and then that's just one less 99 you gotta get. For me, I'm kind of thinking, well, here's my strategy, what I was thinking of doing. Because I do want to get a trimmed cape, right? So what I'm thinking for me, when I'm at like level 98 farm, my plan would be to start to get my cooking to be kind of around there too. And then I'll just try to get those 99s around the same time. And then that way, there isn't really much lag time in between the one cape and the other cape. And then I can just get a trim cape, fairly quickly thereafter, right? The account I'm working on now is a level 3 skiller. My main account is maxed. Oh, congrats on that. That's awesome. Do you know roughly how many hours it took you to max, Kazan? Like, I was trying to think, because, like, my ultimate goal would be to do what you did, but I want to know, I'm kind of trying to gauge, how on pace I am compared to other people, because it's just more of like a friendly competition, but it's like, well, how do I, am I being efficient with my time, or could I be doing better, like given the time plan, right? Because I've seen on the wiki it says like, oh yeah, the average player, it takes about 2,000 hours to get max, But I'm trying to think, are they factoring in the amount of quests people do though too? Because then I don't know if you can absolutely say, oh, the average for everyone's 2,000 hours, because everyone does a different amount of quests. I mean, quests matter too. So I mean, not for maxing per se, but you know what I mean. Because it would be interesting, like in totality, like how long it would just take somebody. Not 100% sure. Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah, definitely that definitely got my respect on that. That's pretty cool. But my plan, Kazan, would be for cooking. I'm just gonna go jug of wine to 99. I'm gonna just what I had thought of doing was I got the cooking gauntlets, and I was gonna just cook like swordfish and stuff like that, because that would have been better XP rate than I had been getting. But I mean, that was still like 180k XP per hour, and I was like, oh, that's pretty quick. That's pretty good. But these jug of wines, I can't pass that up. Like, that's crazy XP. So I think it's going to be jug of wine to 99, honestly. And then farming, I just got to do my farming runs every day, and then I'm going to get there. Some of these other skills, though, I'm not sure how I'm going to 99 them, though, honestly. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure how I'm going to do fishing. I'm not sure how I'm going to do mining. I just don't have the patience like I used to be honest with you. How many ores can I mine, and how many fish can I fish? Like, I don't know. I want to like those skills, and I actually don't mind them, but I'm combat first for me. So it's like, I just want to get these 99 first and kind of, work on everything else. Yeah, jug of wine, and then some of these other skills, like actually, yeah, with herb lore, what I have been doing is I've been making, for a while I was making prayer potions, because I got it to where I was almost breaking even for the XP rate. Because usually players, they lose money when they train herb lore. But I got to a point where, based on how I was buying it at the GE and all that, I was just kind of waiting for, a few hours or a lot of hours to get the quantity. I would just go like pretty, well under the GE. And I was almost breaking even for the XP, and I was like, well, you know, if I could sustain doing this, then that would be basically it'd be a free 99. Because I'm not really profiting from Herbivore, you know. And that, I think the XP rate on that was like 218k or something. I can't remember. There are skills I'm pretty confident with. It's just a matter of time, like fletching and crafting and stuff like that. I just don't know how I'm gonna get rune crafting though. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. I can get it into the 50s probably, but I can't see 99. Yeah, I just don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but maybe that mini game will actually be pretty fun. I still have to try that Guardians of the Rift or whatever, and then maybe I can get some good XP towards that. We'll see. So I'm just trying to get some warm-up tasks, and what I was hoping today I was gonna get a gargoyle task because I still haven't got one, you know. Again, it's more just because I want to just fight the gargoyles. I don't have to, but I mean it'd be fun. Yeah, so earlier today I just did an hour. I did an hour of the Jug of Wines. Almost an hour. I almost did. It was like 50 minutes maybe for the Jug of Wines. But just with like about 2 hours, I got from 72 to 80. You know. So once I saw that, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the way I'm gonna try to get to 99. For me, when I check on the high scores, I kind of like to see where I guess where I stack up, like where I rank, you know. I've done that with every game I played though. When I used to play Gears of War, when I played Call of Duty, I would try to be in the top 100 in those games for the leaderboards. And I know this game, I'm not looking to be in the top 100. It's been out for 12 years or whatever. I'm just looking to have a good showing considering, you know, how old, like how long the account's been active relative to other players in a similar skill manner. If they've played another month than me and I pass them, then I must be more efficient. You know, that's kind of how I'm viewing it. Or I'm just grinding more, which I guess that, you know. But I've always been a competitor. Like any game I play, like I said, Gears of War, Call of Duty, try to get in the top 100. Lots of multiplayer. You would think that I'd be a PvP player in this game then, but some games like Ark Survival Evolved, I didn't PvP at all. I was in Ark. I would play kind of like a skiller. I would just use the dinos that were like the farm dinos and just get resources. Because you know, I think with every tribe, at some point you're going to need resources. So I was just it's kind of how I play this game. The difference in this game though is I am fighting monsters and I do want to do the boss fights. In Ark, I really didn't fight the bosses there either. But at least in RuneScape here, I mean, that is my goal, to start taking on some bosses, you know? I've just, again, because I haven't been at this all too long, I've wanted to get my combat stats where I was within reach of doing those. And I would say that I'm there for the most part now. Like I said though, I do want to get my ranged and mage up still. Because I know I still got a ways to go on range yet. I'm not trying to rush through on getting the bosses going, but I'm just excited because I've wanted to kind of take that challenge for a little while, just to see how far I could go with that. Which bosses could I even fight? Like I said, because some of the graphics bother me, but maybe some of the God Wars bosses won't be so bad. Maybe I'll be able to fight them. You know, like the Bandos General, and maybe one day the Commander Ziliana, right? So we'll see. I would like to do a stream or two, or maybe it'll become its own series of me just fighting solo on the bosses. But yeah, as that player was stating a little while ago, these specters do drop a fair amount of herbs. Just trying to make some friendly conversation. They were talking before, but maybe not now. I don't know. They were cool. Not sure. Maybe they're AFK. Probably just have like 4 or so minutes left on the Spectre task, and then we're going to be getting another task going. Oh, and because I don't know if I got to tell you, but I ended up getting the storage task option. I ended up unlocking that reward, so that was pretty cool. That took a lot of saving to get that too. I was saving for, I don't know, a week or something. I can't remember. It seemed like every day I would get on to do Slayer, it was just saving up for the storage task one. All right. We just got 11 more to go, and we are done with this task. Kind of getting unlucky with the hits, though. I may as well pick these up. The Addy plate legs. May as well. We're gonna be going back to the near the bank anyways. We got one more to go, chat. One more. Hey, we did it. We are victorious. Until the next task. Ah, the Bloodvelds. The bloody blood. Hey, we got cow fights. They can pencil me in for those. Let me just get a. Actually, you know what we can do? We're just gonna go to Alcarid. So some days I'll go like a whole day or two, and I won't even get cow fights at all. And then some days I'll get cow fights like twice in a day. It just depends, you know. Alrighty. We're gonna get some prayer potions after this one too. I'm just going to make use of what I've got, though. And then... we're going to fight some cow fights. And actually, I need to remember, I've got the cannon we can use. I meant to... I wish you could like choose which order the deposits occur, because I would want to go from the bottom up, because then I have to resort everything top down. All right, so we're going to bring the cannon. Let me just get that going here. And just try to bring enough cannonballs. That way you'll be set for a little while. And we're going to get going here. All right. We're going to proceed regardless, chat. We're not scared of hell fights. We're going to take the challenge on. Okay. Bombs away. Alrighty. We just finished up a Cal Fight task. Got 15,000 Slayer XP, and that didn't take all that long, actually. That was not bad at all. I think it was like 17 minutes, perhaps. So at that rate, that would have been about 55 or 60,000 Slayer XP. We're just gonna see what our next task is. Let's see what our next task is. Oh, awesome. Hey, we get to take on some blood villains. Nice. I'm always down. But I think for right now, we have been streaming for a couple hours here. I think this is a good place to probably end the today's session. That was pretty fun. That was pretty cool. It was good to see all of you in the chat. Thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we'll catch you next time. Peace, everybody.